Hey everybody, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands. And there was a bit of a delay because there's no multi-stream software. There's a small hiccup in my OBS. So today single stream just on YouTube instead of Twitch and yeah, we're still live. That's okay. That's okay. Hey everybody. Wordy time, Boulder Guide, ReRun, and let's see, yeah, that is doing okay. Yeah. Well, there was a bit of a software hiccup for the multi-stream, so sorry about the delay. Hey, Vitis from Lithuania, James, hi there. Fortnite, Anton from Moscow, Gary Andalusia. Johan Segundo just died. Well, Erik, leuk dat je erbij bent, man. Omega. Yeah, feeling fancy today. You don't see a Patek Philippe every day of the week. So, there we go. Just to warm up. Stefan from Norway, everybody is there. So nice that you're here. Sit back and relax. And I think it's a, well, unique opportunity to see, well, a vintage Patek Philippe on the inside being disassembled. You can ask me any question you like because it's a live stream. There's a lot of information in the chats, as you can see. So if I miss a question, please let me know or just remind me. And I just saw Pele from Poland. Maybe we meet in May because the amazing Autochronos fair is coming back. And we are planning to go there. Patek Philippe, well, you probably know it's a renowned name. This is a mid-range, so not the top tier, but still it's a Patek and it's got, well, it has to produce the goods. So what is the inside? First things first, you see the outer, well, I've been polishing today. You can see the outer diameter of the dial. Should have done this on forehand, sorry about that. Been polishing. Oh, the Jaeger LeCoultre, the GG LeCoultre from last week. Wow, the amount of dirt and rust and crap and oh, such a task we didn't expect. So it's polished and it looks like new, but my fingernails don't. There, I opened the case. There it is, reference number 2590. Some watchmaker marks on the inside, 18 karat gold case. And then let's have a look. Hey Amanda, goedenavond. So, oh, the Pocket Watch Company, Colorado. Tom is there, everybody's there. It's so nice to see you all. And Wim, all the way from Zwolle. Here you can see, and in a moment you'll be watching with me. That's a camera through a microscope, and the details are excellent. There is quite a few things to do, but then again, that's why it's here. There, the number, Patek Philippe, 5 positions. I don't think it's a Patek own movement. This might be an piqué, but Patek Philippe did beautiful adjustments, so we'll have a look. And this bit is well worth the wait. So far it never, it always delivered. There, the shock system, I believe it's KIF. Just a visual inspection, but that screw, in a moment I'll show you in more detail, but this looks right, even with the sides, but this one is curved. And apart from the setting lever screw, nothing is curved, so here is something going on. But we'll have a look. Then under the microscope, yeah. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Plop. And let's do the calibration so you see exactly what I'm seeing. There we are. Just my opinion, but this small Geneva seal, and there, it is so intricate, so detailed, but from, well, 10 centimeters, it's just looked like a stain. It is, I never thought it would be, I never thought it was elegant, the Geneva seal, like here. Geneva seal means a very strict list of things in a movement. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, ooh, there was some rust there and they tried to scratch it off. Jeugje. Hoe dan? Oh well, we'll try to, well, polish it again and get a black polish back, because this is just, look at that. How do you expect the pitting? Try to scratch it. Well, plenty to do. Here, the beautiful, beautiful pallet fork. It doesn't get better than this. And do you see the curved sides of the jewels? It is just perfection. The glass beading on the escape wheel. It just looks like, is it oil or just on the balance wheel on top? Bit of staining, discoloration, what is it? Well, I need an espresso just to get over the scratches. If you're not up to the job, up for the job, just say no instead of just molesting a movement. Cheers everybody. ReRun, yeah, the balance wheel. It is for timing and poising those small weights. It is beautiful. Hey Hans-Peter, leuk dat je erbij bent man. Proost. Much needed. So let's try to ignore that for the moment, because that is taking painstakingly black polish. First get rid of the scratches, then make it perfect flat, and after that on the zinc block the black polish. That will take some time, but the end result some white, well, looks like just a bit of moisture. Again here, this is the tip of the arbor. You can see here the, hey, what is, oh no, sorry. That's just how the light plays. I thought there were some strange things going on here, but of course it's a ratchet wheel on top of the main barrel. Here are pins or studs, and this is the tip of the arbor. Beautifully polished. It is so well done. And this is interesting. Something happened here. Because it's domed a bit and everything is just flat and black polish, and that is so hard to accomplish. And this is just different. Hey Sophia, hi there. En Elder natuurlijk. Timmy, I promise I'll show you the end result of the black polishing. But first I have to finish the GG Le Coultre from last week, because so much going on in that one. Well, the movement is in diameter a lot smaller than the dial, so it has to come out from the front. First I have to make sure, oh, here the hallmark. There's like a film over it, and you can see in the numbers the discoloration. It's just some oil, or there is something going on in there. So first visual inspection. What's in there? Well, it is in need of a service. Oh. Well, we cross that bridge when we get there, but that shouldn't be inside a watch movement, whatever it is. And they're the black. Do you see the small droplets? There is something going on the inside of the movement, and there the brown stain. There. I'm not sure yet, but the small droplets and the fibers. Well, never a dull moment in watchmaking. at least there's solace in the pallet fork. Do you see it? It looks like there's something. Oh well, we'll see. Not a biggie. First get rid of the power in the mainspring so we aren't working on a grenade. Hey Marty from Seattle. So, no power in the mainspring. Take out the winding stem and make sure, please, that your screwdriver isn't too wide for the setting lever screw. Well, what do we see here? Oh, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, now that's okay. Release the case screws, then open the bezel, the lunette. That one and that one. So you can see the flat sides are on the outside now, that one and that one. So if I release the bezel, then it comes out from the front. There we are. Plop. No stress. There it is. And then use this one. There we are. Let's have a look in the case. What's that? Ooh, that is well done. Do you see those plates there and there? That is where the case screws are secured. You see that? Gold is too soft. So just 2 pieces of stainless steel where it's needed. Oh, that is clever. That is beautifully executed. Is that a scratch or a hair? Looks like a scratch. Well, there. Do you see the same dots on the hands? Again, like there's some film over it. They are nicely centered. Vitally, you are right. It is a click system. The bezel and the case, like this. I'll show you there. So this is the bezel, that is the case, and if I cannot open it, it will be a very short stream. So with a scalpel, because it has to be so razor sharp, because the gold is so soft, I just lift it on one side the bezel. So then with my fingernail, again soft, so not making any scratches, I could go under it and just lift it up. So that's the only work I did up front, but I wanted to, to be sure that the bezel came off easily without scratches. And well, even I have to concentrate on my work while I'm trying to answer your questions and do the cameras. So yeah, you got me. That's what I did up front. Die hebben we niet nodig. Deze hebben we wel nodig. So again, foil, not actually touching the dial, not actually touching the hands. Go underneath. I'll show you in detail. Plop. The beautiful dial. I think it's latex. Underneath, gently lift it, and then still the beautiful dial. What I learned in Switzerland is not try to grab the hands. There's no need, just the least risk of scratching or leaving marks. The tiniest dial feed screws. There. I always take them out before they go into the cleaning machine, because you'll lose them. There is, and there's the other one. Is there is some rust? Do you see that? I thought the white shine over the movement, the tiniest bit of oxidation. Yeah. There we go. Even the rust is a bit in the slot, so my screwdriver just fits. Well, make sure the dial is secured first, and then we worry about the screw. Well, there, beautiful dial. I'll show it on the microscope, why not? There. Oh, sorry about the focus. Dial feed screw. The shiny bits are varnish, I presume. There's a number in the dial, 93 608. There we are. So the movement. Oh yeah, that's elegant. You see some rust, that there is something going on. Just look at this. Ooh. That is well made, that is well made. Our wheel. No small spring. Hey, the hour wheel is extremely stuck to the cannon pinion. Here. That is just... Is that grease or that shiny stuff? Looks like frosted windows. There is something going on with the lubrication. I'm quite sure of that. Lovely inspection hole with the banking pins. Do you see the small dots here? It is in need for some TLC. There. It's been quite a while since it's been surfaced. Do you see this delicate perlage? Really not the heavy scratches. This is real decoration, and if it's got the heavy scratches on perlage, then it is masking production marks. And here, ooh. Pipe tobacco and the same fibers. It does need a good clean. Oh wow. But then again, oh, oh. Why? Who done all this crap? Doesn't come in a watch movement by itself. Is that a piece of packwood or something? Oh well. What's that? Not sure yet. But here, the deep gloss of a screw tip is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. There, the capstone. This is not a shock system. This is just a capstone for the escape wheel to reduce end shake, make it more stable. Beautiful stuff. Well, first the small screw before we forget. There it is. Now I can go a bit wider with my screwdriver. There it is, pointy tip. Yep. So, and do the cannon pinion while we're at it. What I'm really curious about, but I find it a bit hard to measure, is hopefully you are enjoying watches, watch movements, get to know a bit more about watchmaking, hopefully. I'm quite aware you're not viewing for my good looks. But what percentage of you are working on watches or are just interested in the inside of a watch as a collector or enthusiast or connoisseur? So how much of you are working on watches? Please let me know. Oh, Roderick, is Patek Philippe good? Yeah. We don't have to think about that answer too much, but they are masters in elegance and finishing, and a good running watch, but of course. Finishing of a the finishing of the watch doesn't make a watch more accurate. So where it is a horrible comparison, but for where Seiko is making good watches, basic watches, and is saving on the finishing. It's a strange comparison, quite aware of that, but Patek Philippe goes the extra 100 miles for top of the range horology, finishing, elegance, making of the parts. It is really next level, it really is. And then the next obvious question, is it worth it? Well, if you want to serve chicken for your, or turkey for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or whatever you're celebrating, you can go for chicken McNuggets with special sauce and serve that to your guests. It is poultry, allegedly. Or you can serve a beautiful chicken roast dinner, whatever you like. You have to be willing to appreciate the extra effort a top brand makes to make it beautiful. And remember, it's not even a see-through case back. So the inside is top-notch beautiful and nobody's seeing it. But you know it's there, and that's the real value. So yeah, logic has got nothing to do with it. But that's just my humble opinion. this kind of horology and watchmaking is just like making love to a beautiful woman in the dark. You know what she looks like. But again, that's just me. There. Just this plate here. It's got the straight graining, the beautiful anglage on the sides. Do you see that? That is craftsmanship. There. And here, nobody is seeing this spring. And just look at the construction. It is the best. Again, straight graining, anglage. These are the tip of the screws. And this covered by another plate, and still it is beautiful. There's so much time and effort because it's small. And the hardening of the steel. I say it more often, but making a spring is not just making a metal part in a spring shape, because if it's too hard, it will break like glass immediately. If it's too soft, it will bend. The spring action is the working part. So not just making it beautiful, but really mastering the metal, the heat treatment, the tempering, the hardening. This is so hard to make. And well, it takes some time, but it's, well, to learn to make a piece in this shape. But then the right strength, spring action without breaking. Years and years and years of experience. And I'm still not over all this crap, and it's just hasn't been cleaned properly for such a long time. Hey, Tailspin, hi there. Van Krul. Oh, Vitaly, all parts of this watch handmade. It is especially in this era of watchmaking, closely guarded secret, but this is mostly handmade. Yeah, especially with the finishing and all that, and it is such high quality. The screwdriver has to fit perfectly and cannot just stick out. What's this? There's been something. This is a residue of something really interesting. Yeah. Well, carbon tipped tweezers, gently. There we go. You saw me manipulating the movement instead of the balance and cock. And there the that's beautiful. And you can see the markings under the bridges, so they are individually made. And here such an elegant pallet fork bridge. The finishing. And again here, do you see there is some residue, like a very thin oil, and a fiber next to it. I think. And again, the very delicate perlage, not the heavy scratches. Just now I have to concentrate for this one. So, no burrs. Sorry, but I do have to concentrate. There. So, did have to concentrate on the screws for a moment. Again, not too wide. These are so incredibly small. There we are. Where do I lift the part? Yep. this part is so small that a carbon tip tweezer doesn't give me the grip. Just look at that, it is amazing. Do you see the inside polishing? Doesn't get any better than that. And then the pallet fork. Wow, wow, wow. Try to make it like this. Try to make the finish like this. Does like the guitar of Angus Young. The AC/DC reference. It is beautiful. What a piece. And do you see the banking pins? There aren't any. It is just so well made here. I'm not going to try to grab it. I'm going to remove it like this. Any scratch on this part would be so unnecessary. Here looks like there's a tiny bit of lubrication residue on the pallet fork. Okay. And in a closer look, there is some crap and debris here. It just shouldn't be in a watch movement. Very interesting. Well, I will try not to mention this again because it's just horrible. It is just horrible. But here, I tried to show you before. I showed you before. Even kijken hoor. Well, yeah, the only reference I can think of is a hair. Oh, your eyelash. Yeah. This is an eyelash. And I really do hope you are duly impressed by the space between these two parts. That is my eyelash, and there is no space. This is precision milling to a umpth degree. This is stunning machining. I really do hope you appreciate the accuracy in the making process of these two parts that fits seamlessly together. That is just out of this world. It's only something we can only aspire to. Well, the pallet fork is out. Let's do a small end-to-end test. It isn't running smoothly or freely. And even with these horrible scratches, all parts can be restored, cleaned, well, make like new again. Simply because it's so high quality. Lift it up with the normal titanium tweezer and now try to grab it with the carbon tipped. There. All individually made. Beautiful stuff. Now, gently lift it up. That's a nice and sturdy one. The lubrication is so old, I misuse the tweezer now for bending hairsprings. But the pivots are a bit sticky inside the jewels. So it's not only a long time since there was some lubrication, but I'm not sure if it was the proper lubrication. And the there we are. A bit wiggle wiggle. Well, sorry, but I do have to control my breathing and concentrate on the part. There we are. There it is. And here, even underneath the bridge, the perlage, and just look at this masterpiece of a click spring. Even there, straight graining, anglage. Perfection. Hey, and do you see the rust? There it is. And rule number 1, don't try to scratch this away. But now we know for sure the moisture and rust. Wow. Winding pinion, sliding pinion. Perlage on the lid. Wow. But time for TLC. Oh my god, look at that. Sorry about the focus, but it is so incredibly small. I really have to find the focus. Oh wow. But the depth and the degree where Patek Philippe does the finishing, it is just because you'll never see it. Nobody is ever gonna see it. But you know it's there. I really do hope you are enjoying this as much as I do. Because seeing a Patek on the inside in this detail or a watchmaker insane enough to do this live, just look at that. Ah, what a treat and what a joy. Ooh. Yeah. It strikes me that the, well, oxidation is so local. That really needs to be cleaned. Do you see the horizontal lines on the top pivot? That needs attention. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Well, I really do hope you get more appreciation on the inside of the movement of a Patek Philippe. And again, this is mid-range. It can be so much more impressive, even topping this. If you are enjoying these live streams, please hit the like button. That is so helpful for the growth of the YouTube channel Chronoglide. Yeah, simple as that. What a joy to work on. Plenty to do. The black polish of the small plate with the scratches is going to be a hell of a job, but I promise to show the end result probably on Insta. And that's it. All of you, thank you so much for your attention and allowing me on your screen and sticking by me for all these years. It's close to 7.5 years now that we are streaming live every Tuesday, 8:30 Central European time. And I'll try every single time to show something, well, either exceptional as a brand or strange wear and tear, even budget watches and even top-notch stuff like this Patek Philippe. What a joy to work on, and so nice that you are joining us. All of you, again, thank you so much for your attention and your support. Please hit the like button